Have you ever noticed that when you're stressed, your intuition just disappears? Um, you can't tell what's gut feeling and what's your anxiety talking. And I've been through a season of that definitely recently, where I thought I've been being intuitive, but really I'm just reacting from stress. And it's only as I've started regulating my nervous system that I've realized intuition doesn't vanish. It just gets buried under all that survival energy. And so this video, I want to show you how we can bring that back out through nervous system regulation. So over the recent kind of like months, even years almost, I have spent a lot of time in really high levels of anxiety, really dysregulated, holding lots of different traumas in my body. And where at one point I used to be amazing at following my intuition, it's been a bit hit and miss. And I've been working from, I know it's all been fueled by the stress and the anxiety. And I'm constantly grasping for things to do to make it work, to make things better. And then saying it's my intuition, but it's not really my intuition. It's just something I need. I need to do something now. And one of the things that I've found is that as I'm getting my nervous system more and more regulated, and I'm feeling calmer, I'm more able to cope with life and things aren't triggering me as much, then I'm noticing more clarity coming through. I'm noticing my intuition being activated. And I'm noticing that I can deal with things in a different way. But as I'm going through and I'm working on my tasks and I've got this long list of things to do, rather than feeling that overwhelm and that over the top, because I've come out of that stress, I'm not feeling that overwhelm. I'm not up here. I'm like, okay, well, I've got a lot of stuff to do. How do I manage it? And I'm kind of just dealing with it. And part of that comes from caring for myself as much as anything else. But as I'm coming into that state, I'm noticing that I'm then thinking, oh, this would be a really good idea. And I can flow towards it. But also, I'm on a path right now. And I can see I'm on that path. And I'm enjoying my path. And I'm seeing what the universe brings me. And I'm trusting that because I've taken this path and I knew it was the right way to go, and I know it's the right way to go, I'm trusting that things are going to happen in their own good time. And in the past, I would have thought, well, okay, things aren't moving fast enough, so maybe I'm on the wrong path. And I'd have looked for an alternative. I'd have looked for something else. And I said, no, my intuition is telling me I need to find something else because this isn't happening. Whereas now I'm sitting in my power. I'm sitting in the confidence that I know that I'm sharing what I need to share. I'm experiencing what I need to experience. I'm connecting with the people I need to connect with, and things are flowing through me rather than me trying to force it to happen. So it's all just flowing through me and happening as it's supposed to happen. And like the main reason this happens is when your nervous system is dysregulated, you're in survival mode. So your body is constantly scanning for danger. It's looking for things that it needs to feel safe. And when you feel in that state, when you feel on high alert and in that survival mode, you can't hear your intuition because you're too blocked with all the other stuff going on. And that's perfectly natural. Your intuition needs you to be calm and relaxed and trusting to flow through you. Otherwise, your brain just is all muddled up with everything that's coming through. So the more we can calm our body, the more we can calm our nervous system and send those signals of calm to our brain, the more our intuition is able to flow in. And the more we're able to trust our intuition as well. Because when we're in that survival mode, even if we are getting intuitive nudges, it can be really difficult to trust them because we then start to second guess ourselves. And that all comes down to feeling totally dysregulated all of the time. And that urgency to do something, that need to do something, that's not inner guidance. That's fear. That's anxiety. That's stress. That's when you're coming from your personality that needs to prove as opposed to your soul that needs to trust. And so it's shifting. It's how we learn to shift from proving to trust, from stress to calm, to allow that intuition to flow through. Because as your nervous system settles, and I've noticed this for me, as my nervous system is settling and the calmer I am, the more my intuition returns to me and the more I'm able to listen to what it's saying, trust what it's saying, and follow the guidance without having to then force or change or look for more guidance because I've followed that guidance and I'm just allowing that to happen as and how it happens. And there's no need to shift it or change it or force it or pivot again. let's just trust what's coming through us, that we've got the right idea and flowing with it. And that flow is very much one of the things that I've been feeling lately, that flowing rather than forcing. So my business is growing gradually, naturally, and my life is flowing gradually and naturally. And nothing, I'm not needing to force anything. And I'm kind of fitting things in and I'm finding the time and I'm figuring it out because I'm going with the flow and I'm trusting what's coming up for me. And it's the same when I'm creating these videos. I'm doing a lot of channeling with what's coming through and just trusting, and it's all flowing through me because I've got that calm state. I can create from a place of calm. I can be authentic. I can be honest. I can just allow it to flow through me because I'm not carrying that stress and anxiety around with me. So when you want to come into your intuition, there are things that you can do that can really help you to take that to the next level. So you can just try a simple 3-step ritual of moving the body, shifting the energy. Okay, so we start to shift that anxious energy out of the body. And that can be movement in any way. So it might be shaking, it might be stretching, just something that feels right to you. And then you can breathe. So breathing, calming the nervous system, bringing it down to long exhales, deep belly breaths, diaphragmatic breathing, really allowing yourself to feel into the breath. And then bringing focus. So focus up to the third eye, so just behind this point there, and just bringing your focus up and just allowing yourself to be calm and allowing what comes to you to come. And sometimes I might sit in a quiet meditation and allow what comes. And then when I'm done, write it all down, because sometimes I will get lots of ideas and then I forget because my brain gets all muddled if I don't write it down. So just writing things down and allowing stuff to flow and then trusting what's coming to you. It's the hardest thing when you do spiritual work, is your brain starts to second guess and question and wonder if it's right or if it's not right. And when you can just trust it and go with it, that's when you know you're in that full calm state, because you can flow with the information that's coming through to you. And you can just anchor with what's happening to you and saying, I'm allowed to move at the pace of trust. So you don't have to set guide timelines. You don't have to decide how things are going to go or when things are going to go. You can trust in divine timing. You can allow things to flow through you and you can see them unfold gradually, naturally, and feel wonderful about what's happening all the way through. And again, when you want to come to decision making, you can physically ground. You can come into this process. You can breathe, ground, feel your feet connected to the earth, connect that third eye spot and allow what needs to come to you. So you're making your decisions from intuition as well and not just jumping from fear and anxiety. And I've done posts already about the seat of the soul and having read it and how we can come from fear or love. And our intuition comes through us when we're in a state of love, when we're in that calm, when we're in that peace. And when we feel fear, anxiety, hatred, bitterness, all of these negative emotions, intuition can't flow through us because we're not allowing it. We're not an open channel to it. And for me personally, it's one of the things that I'm feeling a lot at the moment that's coming partly through my intuition is telling me this, is as I'm working and processing my life and my business, that I need to come back to the Buddhist roots that I was brought up with, more surrender, more patience, more stillness. Really feeling that strongly and feeling that when I come home, when I come to that, it's like I'm coming home. It feels like me. I'm listening to a book recently about, I'm just listening to it, but it's all about Buddhist principles and Buddhist stories. And I know a lot of these Buddhist stories already. And the guy's telling the stories and he tells them slightly differently to how I tell them, which is interesting as well, because and how I've heard them in the past, or maybe how I've remembered them. I don't know. And it feels really comforting. It feels really natural and it feels where I'm meant to be. So that coming into not only just divine timing, but understanding that where I am with the mindfulness and the Buddhism and the peace and the connection and being there, being at that oneness is kind of where my soul is asking me to be right now. And I feel like I'm being driven by my intuition to lean into that, to feel it, to connect with it, and to know that it's there for me all the time. So that's where I'm at. And I hope that you can take some of these tips and techniques and work on calming your nervous system to activate your intuition, to allow yourself to find that flow in your life rather than the fear and the forcing. And just remembering that your core truth is that your calm body equals clear intuition. So as we calm that nervous system, we allow our intuition to come through clearly. So hopefully you found this video useful. If you have, remember to hit like and subscribe so you get my videos in the future. And if so, I would also like to invite you into my free group, The Sacred Pause. I will drop the link below in the comments, and I'd love to see you on the inside.